wanted to hop online today to talk to you all about preparing your child for returning to school. Now, it's a big stage, a big step for everyone really, with lockdown and restrictions being lifted to a certain extent. And I'm sure for many of you as parents, you've got mixed feelings about your children returning to school. And I know that tomorrow, the 1st of June, it's actually primary school children returning to school. However, still, I'm sure as a parent, you've got mixed feelings, really, mixed emotions about how you feel and how that's going to go. So I thought I'd just give you a few tips to help you prepare your child. Now, this is going to be a huge transition for your child. It's going to be quite an emotional time for them, especially as it's the younger children returning to school tomorrow. So the very young ones, early years children, I think they will find it difficult because they're very tactile. They love hugging their friends. They hug their key workers. They just, they're little children and they're used to being affectionate. They're used to contact. They're not really used to social distancing. But just when you prepare them, when you talk to them about it, rather than ask them, are you excited about going back to school? Because you're likely to get a yes or a no. Ask them, how are you feeling about going back to school? So, how are you feeling about going back to school? And then when they reply, from their answer, you can take their lead, and then you can start to have a conversation about things, because they might come up with something they're worried about. So you can let them know that it is going to be very different. School is going to be very different to how it was before, and let them know that that's okay. Let them know it's going to feel different. It's going to be different for everyone, their friends and all their teachers. It's really important that they know their teachers are learning too. Their teachers are learning how to cope with the situation, and everyone's learning together. When you talk to them about it, even if you have reservations, try as hard as you can to have the conversation in a calm way, because if you're feeling calm and showing them that you're calm about it, they will feel calm as well. Now, you can have their school has been in touch with you, you can have a conversation about maybe some of the rules, or some of the rules that we know anyway through government guidelines about social distancing, about the processes and the things they need to do. So you can actually let them have some of that information before they go to school, but also let them know that when they're at school, school will give them other information and a bit more information about how to do things. Because one thing that your child will be feeling, I can almost guarantee, is anxiety. They'll be feeling nervous, anxious, worried about going back to school, somewhere they haven't been for a long time. And for little ones, that's a really unusual concept, thinking about going back to somewhere. Will it still be the same? Will it look the same? And it will be very different this time. So that could possibly make them unsettled. But just let them know that it's okay and it's going to take time. It will take time for everyone. Really encourage them to talk about how they're feeling. And again, when they return from school, rather than how was your day, the best question to ask is, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about being at school today? What happened today? And again, rather than what did you do today, because that's all about things they did, ask them what happened today, because that tells you, and they will tell you what they have done when you ask what happened. Okay, what happened? They will tell you about different things, and you can ask them what was great about their day, what wasn't so good. But you can ask them specifically again to prepare them, how are you feeling about going back to school? What are you worried about? Have you got anything that you're worried about? because they might be fine, but I almost guarantee it's been a long, long time, and children with that realisation that they are returning to school, it reminds them that they've got to go back to school to work. Now hopefully schools will settle into things really easily, and especially for early years I'm sure the focus will be on play, but you know, children know that school is where they work, so you might have changes in behaviour, and maybe behaviour may become more negative and disruptive over the next few days because they suddenly realise that they're going back to school, they're going back to work, and maybe they may even realise that they haven't done a lot of work at home, and that's okay, but for your child that will also create anxiety within them. So it's just about having that conversation with them, asking the right questions to find out how they're feeling, and just giving them a bit of a heads up really as to the fact that it will be different, and just some information about the social distancing rules and how things will be different, but do it in a calm way to help your child return to school calmly. I hope this has helped. Thanks for watching.